Hello class. I wanted to try and make a bit of a video to help bridge the last 2 days together. So we looked at recursively defined functions, and for linear functions we have this function right here, a of n equals a of n minus 1 plus d. So a of n is the term you're on is equal to a of n minus 1, the previous term, plus d, the common ratio. So the term you're on is equal to the previous term plus your common ratio. That's a recursively defined function. And then they showed you how to write something explicit. And they showed you something like this. A of n equals, let's see, the first term of the sequence plus the common difference one fewer times. Something along those lines. I want us to be able to write it more in terms of y equals mx plus b, which is what we did more in Algebra 1. So m represents the slope. The slope of a function is what you continuously add. So it should be the same as this common difference number, the piece that's repetitively being added. The y-intercept here, that's what happens when x is 0. That should be possibly the same as what our initial value of the sequence is, possibly smaller by a factor of that common difference. We want to make sure that if we plug in our value for 1 for x, we're going to get the output of the first term of the sequence. You should always test your formula whenever you make it. But the slope should be the same as the common difference in the recursive formula. It's what we're repetitively adding, because repetitive addition gets shortcutted by multiplication. On our exponential functions, we have to get to a term, take the previous term and times it by the common ratio, this right here, the common ratio. So we're multiplying now instead of adding to get to those exponential functions. The explicit formula for that, I'm having trouble writing. There we go. The explicit formula for that is this y equals a times b to the x, where a is the initial value of the function when x is 0, and b is that common ratio. What am I multiplying by to get to the next term? And the reason for that is because this exponent right here tells me that I'm doing repetitive multiplication. What am I repetitively multiplying by? Well, I'm repetitively multiplying by b, by whatever that is that's being raised to a power. I'll give you a couple of examples in the example slides that are going to follow, where I kind of walk through some problems that are very similar to your homework.